Happy Summerween Day 1! I am very excited that it's Summerween again. I'm going to show you, I am currently at my parents' house with their cats. This is one of them. They have 2 cats, they're siblings. He does not want to be held right now. Anyway, I'm in a different location because I've been moving and we needed a place to stay between the move and all these logistics that are not that interesting. Anyway, I am here. I am kind of behind on making my TBR for Summerween. If you don't know, Summerween is a readathon created by Gabby Reads and Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte. Both some awesome creators here on YouTube. I will link all their information below. But I haven't fully planned out my TBR for this because I've been so busy with moving, and then immediately from moving we went camping and now we're back. And so I'm a little bit more chaotic than usual. But I'm gonna read out the prompts right now, and then I'm gonna kind of talk through some of my thoughts on what I know I'm gonna read, and then I've also actually finished a book today, which is cool that I could count for a prompt. I read half of it yesterday and half of it today. So, number 1, read a book in the dark. 2, I don't know why I'm like going through it like this. Read a thriller. 3, read a book that takes place in the fall. 4, read a book with orange or black on the cover. And 5, read a manga, graphic novel, or a novella. So, really fun prompts. Every year they do some similar prompts and then I think like some new prompts. So I'm very excited about this. So I just finished Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier, and let me tell you, Jennifer Hillier is like my fave right now. Her books are so freaking good. Like, really enjoy all of them but one. I'm gonna do a ranking video, but I've been binging them so much over the last 2 months. Like, I just read all of her backlist, and Jar of Hearts I saved for last because I knew a lot of people loved it the most. And let me tell you, I totally get why people love it the most. I gave it 5 stars, and I'll maybe pop on here and give like a little wrap up of my thoughts. I really loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. I still don't think it's my absolute favorite, actually, by Jennifer Hillier. I think my favorite, well, actually, maybe I should save that as a secret for my ranking video. But I finished that today, and so it could just take care of the reading a thriller. So I'll probably count that as reading a thriller. Check that off. So now I still have a couple more prompts to read. I don't remember what the cover, I think it's red, honestly. I listened on audiobook. Jar of Hearts, if I really have to stretch it, does have black on the cover, kind of. As you can see, there's some black on the cover, but I'll probably read a different book for that. I also started a book while camping, Never Saw Me Coming. Looks like this, and I've been wanting to read this one for a while. It's a serial killer book, or I guess it's not a serial killer book, but it's about psychopaths. This one I've been wanting to read for a while. It's about psychopaths who are on this university, and basically they get scholarships through this program because they're being studied. So they have like watches on and they have to log their feelings, and they're not violent psychopaths, but they are psychopaths. And so the university is doing like a study on them, and then you're following the main character, and she is a psychopath. And how many times can I say psychopath, by the way? She has that personality disorder, but also she wants revenge on someone who did her wrong in her childhood, and you don't quite know what it is. I actually just learned what it is today because I did start listening right after finishing Jar of Hearts, and I'm 19% in, and so now I know what it was. But this is a really interesting concept. So far though, I will say the writing style is just not as engaging, and I know I'm like comparing everything now to Jennifer Hillier, but the writing style just hasn't grabbed me in the same way. I believe this is a debut, and it definitely feels like a debut. So I will say that, but the concept is super interesting. Also, the cats are like, stop! I look in there and one of the cats is literally like scraping the walls with his claws. No. Let me just show you what he looks like right now. Hey. What were you doing? What were you doing? You were literally scratching the walls? He's just blinking now. You were scraping the walls? You. What were you doing? You're looking at me like you're so innocent. You literally had your claws up on the walls like 5 seconds ago. Come on now. Were you being good? Probably. Anyway, sorry for the chaos, but That's my plans for reading. I don't know what I'll read for the rest of my prompts. I gotta figure out what this would even fit into. Oh, I'll use this for black on the cover because as you can see, it's a woman with a black background, so that works perfect. So now the only other prompts I need to come up with are reading a book in the dark, read a book that takes place in the fall, and then read a book with orange or black, and then a manga. I'm definitely gonna choose manga because I have had some mangas that I really wanna read, so it'll work perfect. Also, it is the 7th, and if you don't know what that means, Taylor Swift's album, her Taylor's version of Speak Now came out, which so freaking excited for. It came out last night at midnight Eastern, so I listened to some of it and I need to listen to it fully. I was so engrossed. This should tell you like how into Jar of Hearts I was. I was so engrossed in Jar of Hearts that I had to keep reading, and also I've been listening to Speak Now, like the original version, so much that I've just had it running through my head all the time. So I was like, I'm gonna wait until today to fully give the album like a listen, like start to finish. I really want to listen to it through vinyl. I want to get the records. So I'm gonna also head over to Target and try to find it. Hopefully it's not sold out. I'm nervous, but we'll see. If not, I will just have to order it online. But those are my plans for today. I just finished teaching a lesson. I got some Starbucks. I got the brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso earlier. And I also have to go back to our new apartment and start unpacking. I was unpacking yesterday, but I have a lot to do today. So I will definitely be making a lot of progress in audiobooks and listening to Taylor Swift's music and all of that. I did listen all the way though for Taylor's From the Vault tracks. And let me just take a look really quick. Apple Music was being really annoying last night and like not loading things. So I had to use Spotify, but I really, really love I Can See You. It's so good. Love that one. And I'm sure as I keep listening to all the rest, I will fall in love with those as well. But I'm so excited to hear her versions for everything. Oh my gosh, I can't really believe that I waited until today to fully listen to the album. I feel like I just wasn't in a headspace, if that makes sense, to fully take it all in last night. Like I was kind of stressed because I was unpacking. So today is going to be a really big celebration of her music, and I've just fallen in love with Speak Now, this album. I wasn't into it before when I was younger because I wasn't really into that country sound when I was younger, but I started re-listening to it in the last couple months and I'm obsessed with this album. I feel like it's one of my favorite albums, which is actually really surprising to me. I would have never guessed that one of her more country albums would be one of my favorite albums, but it is. It's just so good. That's all for now. I've been rambling forever and ever and ever, so I'll talk to you all later. All right, I'm here because I realized I never really talked about what Jar of Hearts was about in my wrap up, so I'm popping on now and telling you my thoughts. This is definitely a new all-time favorite thriller book. I loved it so much and I feel like I'll be recommending it a lot, and I feel like I'm like the last person to have read this. I feel like so many people have read it and loved it, and it's one of their all-time favorite thriller books, so I can't believe I read it so late and that I saved it for last. So if you don't know what this is about, it's about the main character whose name is Gio, and when she was in high school she was involved in the murder of her best friend. Her best friend was brutally killed. She was cut up into pieces. It's very gruesome. And then 15 years later, she was caught for what she did. And so you're following her trial, her going to prison. And then also after she gets out, there is a copycat killer and a lot of people think it's Gio. It's actually not. And so she has to figure out who actually is involved in these murders that are happening now. This is such a fabulous read. I was hooked. It was extremely fast paced. And this one really read like a Karen Slaughter book. It reminded me kind of Pretty Girls. So if you're looking for a really dark, disturbing book, I would would highly recommend this one. It flew by. I was listening to this so fast. I read it in 2 days. I could have read it honestly in one sitting, but I just ended up not. But it was so good. I had to know what was happening, and it went by so fast. It was just so action-packed. I will say, look up trigger warnings. There's a lot of content in here that's very disturbing, and there are some really graphic scenes involving sexual violence. So if that's a trigger for you, please look that up. But if you like serial killer thrillers, if you like learning about why the character did what they did or didn't do what they did, it is just such a fabulous read. I will also say there are flashbacks, which is another thing I love in thrillers and books in general. I love flashbacks. So you get these flashbacks to high school and learn what really happens. And oh my gosh, like, you know from the beginning that this main character is not a great person, but you start learning the context behind certain things, and it just makes you think and wonder, oh my gosh, like it makes your head spin basically. So I love this book so much. I can't talk highly enough about it, and I highly recommend you reading it, and I gave it 5 stars. Also, the ending is so dark. Oh my gosh, it's just so good. Please read this one if you like thrillers, if you like twisty books, action-packed, serial killer books, just amazing writing. Read this. It's so good. Hello, welcome to Summerween Day. I'm not sure, to be honest. Things have been so hectic with moving, but I wanted to pop on here, and I am determined to finish all the prompts because I haven't been able to do much so far just with moving and all the chaos of that. So I want to share what my plans are for today. I am sitting in my new apartment. This isn't like the most aesthetic view. It's really backlit, so you can't see out of it. But it's actually raining right now, which is perfect for Summerween. It's got some spooky energy, so it's really a nice vibe for reading today. But today I need to go take something to my husband at work, and then I'm probably gonna run some errands. Then I am needing to teach a few lessons, and then I have reading sprints tonight with Lexi, Kaylee, and Riley. So I'm really excited for that, and I'm definitely gonna make a lot of progress during that. But as I'm just running around running errands, I am determined to finish Never Saw Me Coming. So I talked about this in previous clips. If it wants to focus, it really doesn't want to focus right now. Shoot. Oh well. It doesn't want to focus right now. I have about 2.5 hours left on the speed I'm listening to. I am kind of not that interested in this book, which sucks, but I don't want to DNF it because I still want to know what happens. And it's like a fairly interesting concept. I just feel like the storytelling in it is not that great. The writing style, maybe, I'm not sure. It just isn't capturing my attention that much, even though the concept is amazing. So that's a little unfortunate, but I do want to finish it. I hope it picks up more. And then I definitely want to read Over My Dead Body. I had Patreon sprints last night. It was so much fun catching up with people. Oh my gosh, I've missed doing sprints. And I was talking a lot about just like moving and my experience with that. But I was also mentioning this graphic novel, which works for Summerween, with black on the cover. It's a graphic novel, which was one of the prompts as well. And it has just such gorgeous artwork. Also, it takes place in the fall. So this actually covers a lot of the prompts. So look how pretty this is. But one of my patrons said that they had read it and they really, really liked it. And it's a favorite of theirs. So I'm very excited. The vibes just look immaculate in here. I think it's sapphic and dark academic, which is right up my alley. It's also witchy, so I'm very excited for this. I'm going to definitely finish this today. And then I also want to watch a horror movie. I've been really in the mood for that. I don't have the TV set up in our new space yet, so it may just have to be like a laptop horror movie moment, which may be kind of fun actually, you know, changing up the vibes. So hopefully I'll be able to do that tonight. So I'm hoping that this is a very productive day, Summerween wise. I got a Summerween shirt and I don't know where it is, and I'm so annoyed at myself. It is somewhere in our new apartment. Don't know where it is. I wanted to wear it today, but I'm wearing the most random outfit right now. I'm just wearing my overalls with this tie-dye shirt, so oh well, it's not as Summerweeny, it's not spooky right now, but this is what I could find in boxes because so much of our clothes are just packed up in boxes still. So I'm gonna take you along. I'm excited. It is Prime Day. I got a car mount so I can bring my vlogging camera with me, which is very exciting. So I can get some cute aesthetic, you know, footage of driving. I don't have it yet, but when I get it, and then also I can just sit and chat in the car, which is very fun. I love when people just sit and chat in their cars and vlogs. Without further ado, let's run some errands. All right, I sat down and I'm about to read Over My Dead Body. I'm hoping to just read it in one sitting. I have a lesson that I have to go teach, but hopefully it won't take too long to read this book. This one says, beware what lies waiting for you in the woods. Another school year begins at Yon-Witty Hidden Institute of Witchcraft, and Abigail knows that this is the year she needs to buckle down, grow up, and start taking her studies seriously. But everything is thrown off course when her mentee, Noreen, goes missing. Abby's classmates are quick to put Noreen's disappearance behind them. The coven will find her, they say. They have it under control. But Abby can't let it go, and her search for answers leads her down a rabbit hole that uncovers more secrets than she can handle. So this one sounds really interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading it, and I'm going to start it right now. And I'll keep you all updated. Hey, it's the last day of Summerween. I can't believe it. I am determined to finish up all the prompts. I've already done some, but like I've said in so many clips, I've been moving. It's just been really hard to read. And also, I feel like I've been super slumpy too, because I'm just really tired and mentally drained. So I am determined to power through today. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna finish everything, and I'm excited. It's been a while since I've given you an update, but last night, let's see how far I got in my audiobook. Okay, Never Saw Me Coming. I was reading that on sprints, and sprints were super fun, but this book is putting me in a slump, and I should have DNF'd it before, but I'm 81% through, and I just want to finish it. And my update on this book is honestly, it's just kind of feeling YA and kind of debut-y, if that makes sense. Like, it feels, I think it is this author's debut, and it really does feel like that. And like, I feel bad saying that, but it really does feel like a debut. I'm not interested in the story, and I'm not connecting to any of the characters. And for me, I love reading about, you know, female rage, and I love reading about revenge and all of that stuff, and it's on a campus, and I feel like it has so many elements that I could love, but it's just letting me down so much. And I feel like it's going to be a 2-star, which is really unfortunate. I was going to try to read the graphic novel Over My Dead Body last night during sprints, but I was just so tired, and I put in a clip there. But I ended up just playing Animal Crossing and listening to this one. And then, as you can see, I'm standing in our new apartment. So last night we did a lot of organizing in our living room. It's obviously nowhere near you know, where it is. We did a lot of that last night, and we've just been so busy with trying to rearrange things. I forget how long moving takes in. Like, it takes forever. It takes so long packing, but then once you're moved in, you know, you're learning a new space, you're trying to make everything efficient, and yeah, it's just been a lot of work. So really loving the new place, but also it's taking up so much of my time. So I am excited for this place to just be fully set up. I finally figured out where my bookshelves are gonna go. I'm gonna put one, let's see if you can see. I'm not sure if it's focusing, but I'm gonna put one over here, like a floor to ceiling one, and then I'm gonna put another one back on the other side of the couch. I have some lessons to teach. I have to leave in like 20 minutes, but I am determined to finish this book, so I'll probably finish it in the car and give you guys a wrap up. Hello, I'm sorry that in so many of these clips my AC has been running. In this new apartment there's like this AC wall unit and it runs a lot, so I'm gonna have to kind of problem solve for that in the future. But I wanted to share, it is the last day of Summerween and I actually did complete all the prompts. I'm gonna kind of do more of a wrap up section tomorrow, but I wanted to update you guys that I did find my shirt. It was buried in a box, so I found that, which I'm very happy about. And I also finished Over My Dead Body. Let me grab it. It's right here. I was able to take a bath at my place for the first time in years, which has been so exciting. I didn't have a bathtub in the last two places we rented out, and so this place I finally have one, and I am a huge bath taker. So I read this book in the bath. It was so cozy. I lit a candle. It was just the best ever, and this book I really enjoyed. And so it was kind of a simple story, nothing overly exciting or special, but it was just so cozy that I really enjoyed it, and the artwork was absolutely stunning. I loved it so much, and so I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it if you just want a cozy, quick graphic novel, and the artwork in here was just absolutely something else. Like, it was beautiful. So I really enjoyed this one. I am going to give you all a better wrap up of the week and all the prompts I completed. I finished 3 books, but I am tired. I need to get up a little bit earlier tomorrow, so I will pop on tomorrow and share my final thoughts. I'm sitting on the ground by my record player, which I was able to fix with my husband. Honestly, he did most of it. I was so sad because I thought it was broken. Everything was playing a half step up, and it was driving me so crazy because I was like, I bought this beautiful Taylor Swift record. I paid a lot of money in all the records I've been collecting from her, and I really wanted them to play and like sound proper and sound correct and the pitch be correct. Well, we watched a YouTube video, we fixed it. So happy about that, but I wanted to finally sit down and talk about this album because it is so amazing. I want to show you the vinyl and just share all my thoughts. So this was such an exciting album for me to be re-released. I was just so excited. And the fact that this came out on the same day of Summerween just was so fun. I loved it so much. It was so exciting. So immediately when I got this, I listened to the vault tracks. Well, sorry, I should say immediately when it came out on streaming, I listened to the vault tracks, and I was really surprised about Castles Crumbling because I thought it would be way more rocky. So that's like my one kind of disappointment in the album. I thought that that would be way more of a rocky sounding song with Hayley Williams. I wanted it to sound more like Mean. It didn't. A little disappointed about that, but besides that, I was not disappointed by this album. Oh, so many things to talk about. I don't even know what to talk about first, but I am really loving the vault tracks on this. They kind of grew on me. Like, when I first heard them, I wasn't quite sure if they were going to become some favorites of mine, but let me tell you, I love them now that I know them more. So my favorites are Foolish One. Love that so much. I Can See You. Immediately when I heard it, I was like, ooh, like, this is catchy, this is good, this is a bop. I love that one. And When Emma Falls in Love is so freaking cute. Oh my gosh, I love that one so much. That one grew on me a ton, but now it's one of my favorites. And Foolish One, oh my gosh, Foolish One is so good. It is so good. I feel like I'm just sitting here fangirling, not many amazing descriptive words besides so good, obsessed, all these things, but like, these are my feelings right now. The production on this was so beautiful. I could tell the subtle differences that they made, and a lot of it's like not so subtle at all in the production, but it was amazing. I love Taylor Swift's mature vocals. It was so good. There were a few times when I kind of missed her like a little bit more youthful, sharp vocals. I missed a little bit of that, but overall I love her mature, rounded, deeper vocals. I loved her warm sound. Her vocal control is so good. So good. Now, let me tell you, the song that made me cry on this album was Last Kiss and Never Grow Up. Oh my gosh, these songs, first of all, Last Kiss is just like a very tragic song, but also Never Grow Up is so much more impactful and emotional now hearing it. Oh my gosh, I loved listening to that so much, but Last Kiss as well, I was crying. Like when I heard that, I was crying. I just love it so much. I could talk about this for a very long time, but let me actually show you the vinyl. So this is probably my favorite Taylor Swift cover of all time. It is just gorgeous. My family actually just thought this was an art print because I had it displayed in our new apartment, but let me open it up. So first of all, this is so stunning. The inside is beautiful. I read this whole note. She wrote in here, in my mind, the saddest song I've ever written is Last Kiss. My most scathing is Dear John, and my most wistfully romantic is Enchanted. To have 3 of those impactful songs on one record is just so cool. Also, the artwork inside is incredible too. Like, how beautiful is this? Let me show you the other ones. This, of course, the red dress. I love that. And then also, this as well. So it's so pretty. I'm so happy that I own this physically. This is making me want to own all her CDs too. I probably shouldn't. I should probably just stick with vinyl, but who knows, maybe one day I will collect all her CDs. I should show you all soon, maybe in a vlog clip, of all the vinyls that I have of hers. I don't have all her records, but I want to get all of them, and then I'm waiting for her original ones to be re-recorded, the ones that are left, before I buy those. The last thing I want to show you actually is how cool the actual record is. It's this like marbled purple color, which is so pretty. I love the marbling, and it is just so fun to see it on my record player. Here's my record player. It opens up like this. I'm so happy that this was fixed because I was so sad about it. But yeah, super exciting. Hello, Summerween is officially over, and I wanted to hop on here and do a little wrap-up clip at the end, telling you what I read for what, and all of that. So just to remind you, I'm gonna read out the prompts one more time. I have my laptop here. So read a book in the dark, read a thriller, read a book that takes place in the fall, and read a manga or graphic novel. So I read 3 books, which is not as much as I wanted to read. I wanted to read way more, but like I said earlier, it's just such a busy time for me right now. I wasn't able to read more. But for what I read for everything, I read Jar of Hearts, I also read Never Saw Me Coming, and Over My Dead Body. So Over My Dead Body completed the prompt of reading something that takes place in the fall and also reading a graphic novel. I also read it at night, but I read all of these at night as well, but specifically that one I read more at night. So I will count that for reading in the dark. And then I read a thriller. Jar of Hearts is definitely a thriller, as well as Never Saw Me Coming, so that counts for those prompts. So that actually covers all of the prompts, which is super exciting that I was able to complete all of them this year. I wanted to watch a horror movie during that time. I didn't actually get to watch one during Summerween, but I did go and watch the new Insidious movie a few days after Summerween ended, so I really enjoyed that movie. I actually thought it was really fun. I've seen all of the Insidious movies except the last one. This most recent one, though, I really liked because it was a return to the original cast, which I specifically really enjoy, and now I just want to rewatch all the Insidious movies and watch the one I didn't see. I will say I watched the 3rd Insidious movie and I really didn't like it, and the 4th looks like it could be kind of meh as well. Like, the reviews are pretty bad for that one, and also I don't think that follows the main family. But I'm in such a freaking horror movie mood right now. Like, I cannot wait to watch more horror, and Summerween happens, and around this time of year, Summerween time, I just get really into wanting to watch horror again. And I feel like every time Summerween rolls around, I just want to watch more horror movies, so I'm very pumped. I also want to watch The Evil Dead Rise. That's like a main movie I've been really wanting to watch and scare myself with. I've heard it's really gory, so I'm very excited. But yeah, that's what I read. I really freaking love Jar of Hearts so much. It is a new favorite thriller for sure. Over My Dead Body was a cozy, fun fall read. I'm definitely going to be recommending that one, especially during the fall. Unfortunately, Never Saw Me Coming I did not like. I gave it 2 stars. It was just not a fun time. So that was a letdown, but I read 2 books I liked, and Jar of Hearts is a new favorite, so I feel like I had some successes. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Did you participate in Summerween? Let me know in the comments, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.